Bahrain, where the Formula One circus has rolled into town. We're expecting the cars to appear out on track shortly to start today's practice session.
Lap of the session so far.
We hope you're ready as qualifying is about to begin here in Bahrain. I was looking at some highlights of previous races here, and the one thing that really stood out to me was the run down to turn one. It's not an easy one to navigate as everyone is scrapping to get into there first.
We've seen in the past how tricky the first corner is. It's not an issue in practice and qualifying, but if you throw a lot of highly competitive drivers at it all at once, you've got an entirely different situation. The smarter drivers will be able to temper their approach and stay out of trouble, but it doesn't mean it's easy.
So qualifying is complete and we're all set for an exciting race tomorrow. Your top three are Grosjean, Hamilton and Nico Rosberg. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then. Anything can happen in Formula One, and of course it usually does. Each team has their own story to tell here today, and they all want it to end the same way, on that coveted top step of the podium. Formula One returns to the desert today on this exceptional 3.36-mile circuit. 15 corners provide plenty of overtaking opportunities, and 2 DRS zones will help with that as well. It could be a strategic race, this one, with Sakir notorious for eating up the rear tyres. Watch out for drivers managing their rubber at some point during the Grand Prix. Bahrain has showed us many times in the past, though, Anthony Davidson, that a good strategy will only take you so far. Beyond that, you need good racecraft and you need good consistency.
And a little bit of luck too, I'd say. This is one of those circuits where the safety car always seems to come out just at the right time to condense the field together and mix up the cars on different strategies. It's hard on brakes, it's tough on fuel, and the main overtaking opportunity is down into turn 1, where it's easy to outbrake your opponent and potentially have a bit of argy-bargy as well.
You've done well to put it on pole, but we've still got work to do. Trying to cover the inside line off the start.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. A fantastic qualifying from Romain Grosjean yesterday puts him on pole, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Rosberg, Raikkonen, Daniel Ricciardo and Vettel, Verstappen, Perez, Button and Felipe Massa, Bottas, Hülkenberg, Fernando Alonso and Sainz, Gutierrez, Kvyat, Marcus Ericsson and Felipe Nasser, Magnussen and Wehrlein, Rio Haryanto and Jolyon Palmer rounds off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now available. That's a new fastest lap for the race. The drivers we're fighting here are Ricardo and Gutierrez. You are in first position, front of the pack. The gap behind us is 5.0 seconds. They're on fresh super softs. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. 2 laps left. Next time by will be your final lap. This is your final lap of the race. fantastic drive, just fantastic. You deserved that race win.
A great win then for the Haas team today. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
Well, I think the track conditions just really suited their car today. Wind, track temperature, you name it. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature. So the more easily you can keep them there, the better your race tends to go. And that's exactly what happened. Their car just looks so comfortable out there.
Our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations, and it's going to be Haas picking up the winner's trophy. Congratulations to the entire team for coming out on top in that amazing Grand Prix. And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. It's a good result for Romain Grosjean, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Oh, well, I'm a bit spoilt for choice, Crofty. My instinct says Valtteri Bottas, and looking down the field, no one really jumps out at me to make me change my mind.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes have extended their lead at the top of the standings. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out, and they improve their position in the championship. There'll be plenty more twists and turns to come this season. I hope you can join us at the next race to see just who will come out on top.